Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Trade, and welcome to Doki Doki Blue Skies. A very well done, if I had to say, mod for Doki Doki Literature Club. Some things I need to get out of the way first are, if you go down to the extras menu, which is newly added, I will not be going through these because these are were not finished. I went through at least this one just to see what it looked like. It's basically the text and everything's finished, but there's a few things that aren't finished. But obviously, this is the thing that's here. Music, obviously you have all of these. Some of these are new, obviously, but that's the usual. The gallery, obviously, is locked because I don't have access. And some things I'm going to immediately talk about. I'm not going to be skipping Halloween because, obviously, Halloween is relevant, so I'm not going to skip it. This one's obvious. Of course I'm going to skip the nudity. However, I have no idea what it is going to entail, so for the sake of making sure I don't get community guidelines striked, I'm going to censor that automatically. And yeah, for this recording session, I'm only going to record 2 episodes. I have no idea how long this mod is. And okay, I'm just making sure the game sound works. I was having issues. But hopefully I also got rid of the black borders thing. Here's hoping anyway. Let me go down over here to OBS and make my previews a smidge bigger. If I can see. There we go. Alright. Let's hop on in. And I'm going to use my IRL name. Well, I mean, I'm a guy in this, technically. You know what? For the sake of just keeping continuity of the both 2 games, we'll make it my dumb name. The name I don't like. Oh, so you will be reading it just like usual. What's this? This shouldn't be possible. Why am I here? How am I here? Did you bring me back? I don't see any other explanation. Why? We've already established there's no happiness here, so why? Huh? Why can't I look at the script? Nothing's wrong. You didn't do anything, did you? I'm trying to understand. Are you trying to mess things up even more? How did you... Wait, I know. You've installed a mod, haven't you? That's why everything's been changed. Don't you think it's time to let us all go? What? You want everything to be like how it should have been? But... you really care about them, don't you? I wish. Never mind. If you really want to do it, I won't stop you. I've invited him to take control of this game again. But if you want to play through the mod, then we'll also come to the mod's control. So, do you want me to allow the mod's activation? Yes. Aha, I knew it. Ryan, or whatever your name actually is. Oh god, that's fucking... Still, Monica, stop doing that. I truly hope that you can find happiness with your choice. Bottles and cans underneath my mouse, and that's not fun. Ah! Fix that. There we go. I lay in bed motionless, staring up at the blank white ceiling. Last night was dreadful. The sound of thunder kept me up for hours. Today is another day. I just hope that's at least a bit better. Another sigh, I begrudgingly drag myself out of bed and groggily begin the monotony of my daily routine. I feel like that's either a typo or I'm retarded. Mixture of the two. I shouldn't be using that word, but still, I feel very stupid. Making my way to the kitchen, I haphazardly rummage through the cupboards, looking for something to eat. Unfortunately, there's no tasty homemade breakfast awaiting me. Ever since my parents' divorce, I've been living off of whatever I could find in the kitchen. Pain. Pain with that. With my mom, but she's always taking business trips abroad. Not so much with that, but I feel the divorce thing. So for the most part, it's pretty much just me at home. It's lonely, but I manage. Although I do miss the smell of bacon and eggs in the morning. Breakfast used to be a family thing. Dad would read the newspaper at the kitchen table while Mom would stand at the stove and fry up her famous sunny-side-up eggs. But oh, that feels like a long forgotten memory. Well, at least breakfast is sorted. A calorie MT. I like the best starts of the day, but it'll do. I do my own shopping since mom's ever home, but I usually stick to buying bare necessities. The simple bare necessities. The ease of using pre-made stuff has pretty much sapped me of the urge to cook meals for myself. And with my food cookie finished, I head for the door. Very least, the weather looked much better than yesterday's. Clear skies, clear skies, beat thunderstorms any day of the week. I'm still lost in my thought when I notice a familiar face. It's Sayori. We have quite a history together. As children, we were basically inseparable. Always exploring, getting up to mischief, driving our parents wild. Typical things that the young children do, really. As time went on, especially in recent years, we started slowly drifting apart. In fact, I haven't probably spoken to her in a long time. It's a real shame. After all, we shared a lot of fond memories with each other. Try to see her up so eagerly, though. A couple of times I've glanced out the classroom window only to see her hurriedly walking to school. We used to walk to school together, and although she was sometimes a little late to meet me, I never really minded. As we continued to drift apart, however, the lack of punctuality became more frequent. I decided it'd be better if I walked to school alone. Which meant that although I did get to school on time more often, it was quite lonely. Knowing her, she's probably just gotten more and more lazy with time. After all, her dedication to sleeping in seems to be unwavering. Ah well, still, I've always enjoyed talking to her. Oh god, indigestion. Hey sir, I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? She looks a little surprised at my appearance and question. I suppose I can't blame her. Oh hey Ryan, I wasn't expecting to see you. That makes two of us. You're up early today. She laughs softly, a misplaced look frowning on her face. I've been alright, though. Not a whole lot has changed recently, you know? Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Life has been pretty routine these days. School's kinda meh. Although I guess it could be worse. She nods as we both resume the walk to school. Although I could talk to her just fine, there's still an awkward air between us. I guess it's a given, seeing as it's our first proper conversation together in a long time. As we carry on making idle small talk, a sudden thought hits me. Anyway, this might come across as a bit out of the blue, but seeing you here has given me an idea. Oh? Well, it's been a while since we've walked to school together. How about we start doing that again? Would you really want to do that? I'm not very fun to talk to, and I'm always late. I frown. It's really strange to hear Sayori say this, given I've always known her to have a bubbly, cheerful personality. Oh dear, already? Sayori, that's definitely not true. Well, the bit about being late is true. I've always loved hanging out with you. And I think we'd have a lot of fun again. Besides, I've missed you. I'll even help you wake up on time if you need me to. Is that a bit too forward? I don't know. I've never been in this sort of situation before. I mean, we are childhood friends after all, right? Really? Yeah, really. I've missed you too, Ryan. Well, let's do it then. From now on, we'll walk to school together. Okay? Okay. Ah, there it is. That classic Sayori smile I grew up loving. All the memories I have of us together as children feature that smile. No matter where we ventured, parks, playgrounds, forests, that smile would follow. The innocent, childlike sense of adventure we used to have, it's painfully clear that that's long gone. Maybe we can still smile together anyway. So what have you been up to lately? You know, the usual. Only two of these are true, but it's still relevant that I'm laughing. Oh, obviously, as you saw from the little mini intro bit with Monica, this takes place after the events of the main game. Or it's supposed to. I'm getting the vibe that this is like a rewrite, but at the same time, it still makes sense. Oh, fuck me. And as for me recording this, I'm only recording the first 2 episodes, because immediately after this recording, I'm probably either going to stream or record something else. I don't want to record the full game all in one sitting and have all the videos pile up on my hard drive, so. You mean games, anime, and manga, right? Yep, it pretty much goes without saying. Oh, Ryan, you haven't changed. Are you saying that you think I need some change? No one's perfect. There always room for improvement. Especially in your case. I'm guessing you're still a part of the Go Home Club. Hey, that cuts a little deep. What do you mean? What do you want me to do? Join the soccer club and trip over everyone? I think a little exercise is good for anyone. I'm very offended if you're trying to call me fat right now. I'm offended. I'm very much offended. Fuck you, Sayori. I'm not picking your path. I wasn't gonna. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't gonna pick her path to begin with, but goddamn, now I'm definitely not. Well, you don't have to join a sports club if you don't want to. Yeah, I was actually thinking of checking out the anime club. Wow, how'd you guess? Does suit my hobbies, though. So, Ryan, you should try branching out a bit more. Okay, Miss Club Expert. If you're going to criticize all my club choices, then what would you suggest? Well, it just happens that this club that I'm in... Oh, really? Yeah, I'm actually the vice president. Wow, I did not expect that. Dang, so you get to take part in all the executive decisions, huh? Kind of. The club kind of only has 4 members at the moment, but it's really fun. We're actually looking for new members right now. So that's why she brought it up. The 4 members? Sounds like you guys are just starting out then. What club is it anyway? It's the school's very own literature club. I have expected the game to break. At that sentence. At this sentence, literature club. Have expected the game to break. I intentionally let out a sigh. Her face drops. I don't think that was quite the reaction she was hoping for. In my defense, literature has never been quite captured my interest, unless you count manga as literature, that is. Manga is literature. I'm peeking the mic. I'm sorry. Fuck off. I knew it. You don't want to join. I understand, though. Not many people like reading. Hey, who said I didn't like to read? I love reading. If you count manga. I muttered the last word more to myself than to Sayori. Oh, my eye is itchy. Fuck! On the plus side, Sayori laughs at my sheepishness. You sound like someone I know from the literature club. Talks about manga all the time, Natsuki. Oh, really? I am actually interested in your club, though. Sayori smiles, seemingly content that I'm showing initiative. If I'm looking for a club to join, I guess the literature club is as good as a place as any to start. That's great. You should come by sometime. And by sometime, you're hoping for today, aren't you? The sooner the better. Alright, I'll look after school today. Yay! Thanks, Ryan. Though we should probably hurry up. Don't want to be late for now, do we? Yeah, you're right. I see. The thing is, I have no idea where people get these. Oh, you know why it's probably so quiet? Hold on. Alright, I need to fix this in OBS. Or in game. I was wondering why it was so quiet. It's because my PC's volume is so quiet. I apologize for that. Crank it up just a tad bit. Alright, that should be better. Within a few minutes, we arrived at the school entrance and missed a crowd shouting students. Oh, back to the point I was going to say. A lot of the images I think we might see in this mod, at least that I've seen, I don't know if they're cut scenes from Doki Doki, or from the base game, or if they're genuinely just actual art-drawn things. Either way, they look really good. This is obviously part of the game, but the last one, I don't know. We have goodbye as we head off to our separate classes. I have Sakurai in the morning, so I'm finally confident that the next hour or so won't be so bad. Okay, well, Google. I'm looking this up. Because I don't want to sound ignorant, but I have no idea what Sakurai is, and I don't want to take a guess. Sakurai. Is it a reference to... It might be a reference to game development, maybe? I have no idea. Nothing came up on Google. Maybe it's a reference to game development. Who's Sakurai, you might ask? Oh. One of the coolest, most down-to-earth teachers we have in the whole school. Okay, so I thought it was maybe our class. No, it's just a teacher. I figured it's a name. But on the young side himself, the experience of high school is much fresher in his mind than it's some other teachers, especially the older ones. He gives me a smile as they open the door. So this is one of our new characters introduced in the game. Custom sprites and everything. Sakurai. I did voices, but I'm horrible. But I'm just gonna do a more posh-esque accent. Because he's very posh looking. Morning, Ryan. How are we doing today? Not bad, sir. Same old, same old. How about you? Well, we're finally starting our module on 20th century history today. So needless to say, I'm excited. Oh yeah? First World War, oof, can't say it. Second World War, that stuff, you bet. I've waited all year for this to start. Oh man, you guys are in for a real treat. The reason why I can't say that word is because I don't want YouTube to demonetize me. I'm not monetized to begin with, but I don't want my video to be pushed to subscribers. In other words, oof. I'm just gonna say, if I ever see a word I don't want to say, I'm gonna say oof. Okay? Oof. That's something else I really admire about him. He's so enthusiastic about his subject, and that enthusiasm really makes him learning about history that much more enjoyable. Combined with the fact that he's fairly relaxed, especially when it comes to homework, you can really see why he's popular. Although he does have a strict side, of course. That side of him comes to light every now and again, so he isn't a pushover. By and large, he's earned the respect of his students by striking the balance just right. I'm sure all my teachers were friendly and made efforts to know the students better. Oh well. I take a seat and one of my classmates, Emmy, smiles and waves. Bouncing and energetic, has a reputation for her skills on the track field. And when she is running, she's pretty much a ball of energy. And once again, another new character, and this, oh, she's so adorable. I love her. I like the hair. I just got me seeing all the sprites for the first time, by the way. These are me seeing the sprites for the first time, other than the trailer, which I will link in the description below, because the trailer for this mod is so well done. And I have to give props to the mod devs. I'm going to link it in the description, hopefully I remember, and just watch it. And then that way, if you want to actually play through it, you can get a little bit of a sneak peek of what's to come as well. Because there is a little bit, not spoilery, but a sneak peek. Hey ya! We have one of those odd friendships where we get along well in class and only see each other outside of school. I have a lot of those kind of relationships, or friendships. How are you doing, Emmy? Training was really fun today. Oh god, the face! Oh, the little mouth. Oh my god, I was just fucking nerded out. Training was really fun today. Oh? She's always on the hunt for new recruits to join the track team. She has a habit of dropping some not so subtle hints. Yeah, we're always looking for new people. I know you're part of any club, so you should totally join us. No, I don't run. It's funny you mentioned that. I'm not a part of any clubs, actually. I think I'm going to check out the literature club after school. I didn't really think you were the poetic type. But if you ever get bored of writing poems, you know where to find me. How many times do I have to tell you that? Alright guys, let's make a start. It's almost criminal that I've had to wait so long to teach my favorite century. Well, the school's lesson's over. Or the school's lesson over. As I linger behind the classroom together, all my things, I hear the doors open. It's Sayori. Hi again, Ryan. It's so weird seeing a normal sprite in a mod. Hey, Literature Club's meetings today, right? If you can't tell, I woke up about an hour and a half ago. No. Yeah, almost an hour and a half ago. I still can't speak. I was just sprayed spit everywhere. Fuck. Yeah, it is. I was just heading in there now. Do you still want to come along? You betcha. Sarah seems to perk up, looking excited that I still want to come along to the club. Look at you, finally doing some extracurriculars. I did it. Okay, I'm not gonna tell a little story, but to keep it brief, my extracurriculars in school were two things. Or technically, yeah, technically only one. But I was that nerd who went to chess club constantly, and I love. I want to get a chess game for this PC, and I want to play you guys in chess. Whether it be on a live stream or whatever, I have an addiction to it. And I'd love to play people who are good at the game, and not just random people. Not saying I don't want to play you guys, but I love chess to a point where it's a problem. So, but that's my only extracurricular. So, would I go? Actually, I did do a book club. No, I did do a book club. What was it? I can't remember. I did one other one. I did one other one in high school. But I can't remember which one it was. I mean, if you're the vice president, it can't be all that bad, right? She giggles, making me smile. Individual club member makes it special. Everyone works hard to have fun together. I still have that, like, cough junk in my throat. Fuck. Well, let's not keep them waiting. It'd be rude to show up late. I want to make a good first impression, after all. Ah, I guess you're right. I meant to not click that. Ah, I guess you're right. Come on. It's right this way and up the stairs at the end. I almost just quit. I just wanted to history suck. I missed that because I clicked it too fast. Instinct. I follow Siri down the hallway. She seems excited, and it's nice to know that I'm making her day at least a little bit better. The stairs lead up to a section of the school that I recognize as the third year's wing. Siri leads to a classroom and knocks on the door. Trust me, you're gonna love it. She's definitely enthusiastic about this club, that's for sure. After a seemingly long wait, the door finally slides open. A small pink-haired girl peeks out. Sayori? She peeks out further. Hey, Natsuki! Guess what? Found someone who wants to join our club. The girl is apparently called Natsuki. Slowly turns her glare to me and narrows her eyes. She opens the door fully, and behind her I see another girl sitting at a desk, her face buried in a book. Well, what? Hey, wait, Sayori! Sayori practically pushes Natsuki out the way. She seems excited to introduce me to the rest of the club members. Now, there is I will spoil something right now. That's not really a spoiler. There's one sprite that doesn't exist, and we'll probably see it here soon. Hey guys, I wanted to introduce you to our newest member, Ryan. Sayori, hold up. It's a bit quick to call me the new member, isn't it? And I know the third girl peek out from behind a bookshelf in the corner of the classroom. Can it be? Is that Monica? Monica's one of the most popular girls of this high school. Everyone seems to flock to her because she's smart, beautiful, athletic, you name it, she's got it. Unfortunately, this also means she's completely out of my league. She looks at me at first with a stern look, but then quickly lightens up, puts the books down the book she's holding, and rushes over. And there it is! Monica's sprite is now like the others. It's slightly more tilted. But at the same time, it's still Monica, and she still does the same poses, it's just now her sprite slightly tilted. So it's a little disorienting to see her sprite like this when it's not head on, like kind of like how Natsuki is. But Ryan, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. The girl who has her face buried in a book suddenly jolts up and looks right at me. She quickly snaps her book shut and timidly moves to join the conversation. Ah, my love. I love you, Yuri. I will say this, if I had to choose the order, I never really said anything about the ranking of the girls. I love all four of them. They're adorable. I love each and every one of them for different reasons. But from worst to best, Sayori, Natsuki, Monica, Yuri. Because I like you. I don't know what it is. I've always liked yandere. Like anything. Yandere Simulator is a mess, but I've always loved that sort of like character trait because it can sometimes be funny when it's done overdone. But Yuri's isn't too overdone, and I like it. And then Sayori's, I would have put Natsuki last, but I have a friend who's basically Natsuki, and literally just Natsuki in a nutshell, so I don't want to do that. And then Sayori's depression is like the whole depression storyline from the first game. Yeah, it kind of hits you like a truck, like what the hell of all people. But at the same time, I know people like this. They're very happy-go-lucky, always comes to being positive, but they're hiding that. I'm one of those people. And then Monica, war crimes against humanity. And then Natsuki, I like Natsuki. The abusive dad thing kind of... I knew about the abusive dad thing early on before I finished the game. So I wasn't planning on doing her route anyway, but I saw Yuri and I like horror more than I like anime. So I went with Yuri's route originally, so I'm going to do it again this time. But I won't do extra playthroughs on video, but I'm going to try and do playthroughs of Sayori and Natsuki, just for the sake of it. As well as I'm going to see if I can find a mod for a Monica route, because I like Monica's character as well. In general, all four of the characters are written very well. I feel like Monica could have gotten more screen time in the first game, as well as gotten a more of an actual option to go her route. But other than that, I love this game so much. I love the universe in general. Anyway, let's go back to the game now. Oh, a new member? My name is Yuri. Yeah. Holy crap, it seems I've somehow lucked out. Not only is Monica in the club, but also a bunch of other cute girls. I'm glad I decided to come here instead of the anime club today. But enough gawking. Ryan, stop staring and start talking. Nice to meet you, Yuri. Like Yuri said, I'm Ryan. I smiled at her, then turned to Monica. So it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. Great to see you again. Monica smiled sweetly. She fucking knows. She fucking knows. She knows. She knows too much. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. It's kind of strange to say, but having her smile at me so gently makes me feel a bit starstruck. The powers of a school idol. You too, Monica. So you guys were in a club with just the four of you then? Huh, so you were telling me about how you were looking for new members. Well, I've actually been trying to push for more members for a while, but we hadn't had any luck recently. So you already did say. My words dry up in my mouth as Natsuki shoots me a piercing glare. You are very intimidating. She looks pissed at me, but for what reason I don't know. I haven't really had a chance to do much besides walk in and say hello. Sayori, you brought a boy? Yeah, you told me you wanted to join this morning. Not sure if it's just Sayori being an airhead again, but I don't recall promising that I join. Great. Natsuki glowers at us. I think it's supposed to be glares, but I guess glowers is a word. Folding her arms with an irritated huff. I don't really get why, though. Sorry about Natsuki. That's just how she is. She's a little standoffish to new members. Oh, it's nothing. I don't mind. Hey, I'm right here, you know. Sorry. I'm gonna try and make a good impression, though. Come on, Natsuki. We need new members. If you don't feel like being nice to Ryan, can you at least be nice for me? Please? Oh, yes. The face. This was a cut face. This was an unused sprite in the game, and I'm so glad they made use of it. It's so fucking perfect. Jeez, you don't have to make such a big deal out of it. Fine. If you're gonna beg, I guess I have no choice. Hooray! Thanks, Natsuki. Looks like I know who the tsundere of the group is now. Okay. Another reason why I like Natsuki. Tsunderes are very, very adorable because it's like you call them cute and they constantly fight back and they're just they hate to admit it. That's why I like Natsuki. It's almost comical. The extent to which Natsuki fits that trope. Well, maybe my view of the world is just clouded by anime influences, though. Anyway, let's get this conversation back on track. How'd you come to learn about the Literature Club, Ryan? I don't know. Maybe the person screaming right next to you about please accept me to Natsuki. I don't know. I'll have to admit, I'm a bit curious about that myself. Siri and I were just walking to school when she mentioned this club to me. Since I was sort of looking for a club to join, I figured I should check you guys out. Anyway, Siri was really enthusiastic about the Literature Club, so I want to be beamed to Siri when she hears this. Guess Siri has done a good job at advertising for the club. I see. Well, think this is a great place to start after all. Books can be very enticing. Yeah, it's super fun. I think the club is the only place where I've been feeling comfortable lately. Siri's face falls for a moment, but she quickly picks herself back up. Depression. Me. Me. I have no idea. Again, no spoilers. No spoilers for this mod. I haven't played through it, but I have a feeling we're going to see the whole their tropes from the main game. Maybe not hers, but these three's tropes from the main game kind of coming back out again. It's somewhere I can just sit and read while hanging out with friends. I think they summed up the club pretty well. After all, I started to bring together like-minded people who love literature. I'm really happy how it's turned out so far. It's very cozy. I almost said crazy. But enough introductions. Why don't you come in and take a seat, Ryan? Did you bring anything to read? Actually, yes, I realize I'm not much a reader, much less someone who loves literature. To be honest, I haven't thought this through very well. Would joining a club focusing on reading be the best thing for me? No, I don't have any books on me at the moment. I just haven't seen any good titles recently. I'd lie through my teeth hoping Monica doesn't see through my facade. I obviously don't read much, but if they believe that I do, hopefully it'll help me relate to these girls. Well, we have plenty of books here if you want to check out what we have. I'm sure we'll find something that matches your taste. Is that so? Then I'll head over there. Maybe something might catch my eye. I start to sweat nervously as I walk over to the bookshelf. There looks to be a good variety of books available, ranging from the genre for horror and fantasy all the way down to non-fiction. Sheepishly, I turn towards... Now, here's where the choices start, I assume, to kind of force you in a direction. I feel like I should choose Natsuki, because that's what I did in the first game. I should just go the route I did. But, Yuri. Hey, could you help me pick out a book you think I like? Ah, I love this song. Oh, I'd be happy to, if the prospect isn't too off-putting. I know of a wonderful horror novel. I swear to God, she says what I think she's going to say. I swear to God. To be honest, horror never particularly appealed to me. Still, I want to make an effort here. I have an open mind. What book were you thinking of? Blushing, Yuri bends down and removes the thick book from the book. Thick, just like her. I'm sorry. Removes a thick book from the bookcase. There's a large piercing eye in the cover. It almost feels like it's staring into... Oh no. Oh no. Almost feels like it's staring into my soul. Fuck, I'm getting triggered by the book. One of my personal favorites, Portrait of Markov. I know it might be intimidating, but sorry. She shakes her head and goes to put the book back, but I stop her. Don't worry about it. I'd love to check it out. What's it about? A coy smile plays across her face, as though she were pleasantly surprised by my enthusiasm. Let's see. The protagonist is a young high school student who moves in with her sister, but shortly after, sinister things start happening. The two are captured by an ominous cult that practices nightmarish experiments on their prisoners. Throughout the story, she's forced to make choices no one her age should have to make. In the process, her ability to trust others is warped, and many of her relationships are broken as a result. Pretty dark, but hey, I'd be lying if it didn't sound interesting. Well, it definitely sounds pretty engaging. I think I'll read this book then. Mitsuki mumbles something, but she's just barely out of earshot. Really? You don't have to if you don't want to. I do. Well, this might not be what I usually pick. Your description of the plot intrigued me. Though I have to ask, what makes this your favorite book? I don't know. I wonder why. I decreased my... Oh, actually, I probably could do that, but I'm too lazy. If I put it into words, I suppose I'm a big believer in literature's ability to challenge the psyche. So to have such an immersive tale question your ideals and foundations can be extremely exhilarating. How am I already recorded for? 32 minutes. I'll go for another 15 or so. She smiles and twirls a long lavender strand of hair around with her finger. Lavender. That's not lavender. Lavender's like a light purple, is it not? Hers is like grape. I would not describe this as lavender. Whatever. Words are immensely powerful. They can paint stunning portraits, invoke emotion, or even whisk oneself away to an entirely new dimension. As she continues to speak, she transforms from the timid girl I just met into a proud and confident expert. I get the impression that she feels more at home with books rather than other people. Isn't that exhilarating, Ryan? We have such vast vocabulary at our disposal. With such a powerful resource at our fingertips, we can do anything. I clear my throat, hoping that I don't put her off with my evident inexperience. Yeah, when you put it that way, I can understand how powerful the written word can be. I scratch the back of my head nervously. Fortunately, she finds that to be a satisfactory answer. My hands are cramping up because of fucking carpal tunnel. One must look at the words the author chose. We must have so many synonyms, so we have so many synonyms. I can't say this word without stuttering. We have so many synonyms, so what compelled the author to shape their story the way they did. 15 years ago, when I finally finished a truly compelling novel, it leaves me totally breathtaking. I wish I had something as coherent to respond with. We might as well be from different planets. I think I know what you mean. She closed her eyes, pulling her hands close to her chest. Then, as though she's remembered she's not alone, she suddenly blinks immediately and appears more bashful. Oh, goodness, I'm sorry. I must have gotten lost in my train of thought. She fidgets with a thin clip in her hair, swaying it up and down. I assume probably this. Hey, don't worry about it. Since you talked about something you obviously enjoy, who's to say otherwise? Yuri glances over to Natsuki, who simply raises her eyebrow in reply. Does Natsuki not like these kinds of stories? She sighs and turns to look out the window. That's putting it lightly. We have our differences what we enjoy literature-wise. She frowns slightly as though pained by Natsuki's apparent disapproval. Well, I think everyone's different tastes are what makes literature interesting, especially when talking about it with other people. I cannot but grin. I feel like that was actually pretty clever. Yes, that's a good way of looking at it. I reach over and take Portrait of Markov from her, tucking it under my arm. I'm going to listen a bit of a read and see how far I can get tonight. Appreciate you giving it a chance, even if it's not something you're used to. Looking forward to hearing your opinion. I must warn you, though, once you get past the first few chapters, you might have trouble putting it down. Perhaps tomorrow, I mean, if you wanted to, we could discuss it. She was quite nervous as she suggested. I guess that's how her personality is. Yeah, we can do that tomorrow. Thanks for the recommendation, Yuri. I do need to branch out and try new things. This will be a good place to start. I'm grateful I get to read on my own, at least for now. I honestly have no idea if I'll even like it. If I were reading it with her and decided I didn't, that might make things a little awkward. With the book in hand, I make my way to a desk. The others are all not preoccupied, so this seems like a convenient time to start the story. Do I get to actually read it? Oh, of course I didn't. Of course I don't. How did I get to read it? I actually wanted to read this book. I'm very interested. It's definitely an unusual book. Horror wasn't really my thing. It is for me. But I have to admit the main idea is intriguing and the main characters are written well. The more I read, the more I can see why it appeals to Yuri. Well, let's talk about appreciating sophisticated language. Well, it's not exactly my type of kind of story. To their credit, the author does a good job building up the rather bleak situation. I've never been particularly imaginative, but I can picture the scenes in my head. If I weren't so tired, I could probably engage with it more. Over time, I can't help but grow a little bored, though. I guess I've read enough to be able to discuss with Yuri tomorrow. So I decided to call it there. Looking up my spot, see her reading something. Might as well see what she's up to. I've probably read this for long enough. Standing up with a stretch, I make my way over and take a seat next to her. Hey, how's it going, Siri? What are you reading? I sit down and I notice that she looks quite content. Nothing much, just reading some stuff for a school project. What about you? You seem really into your book. Oh, yeah, it was a good read. At least as far as I can tell right now. I can't help but wish I sounded a little more enthusiastic. That's great. So how are you liking the club? You're not bored, are you? She looks a little worried, her cheerful persona faltering for a moment. Where did that question come from? It's a bit too early to tell I really feel about the club. Of course that's Yuri. Sure, I haven't been here for that long. But I've enjoyed meeting everyone. They've opened my eyes to new stuff. I've never been huge on reading, but I'm confident the literature club could change that. I can't speak. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're involved. You don't want to join a club that you have no interest in, right? I know what you mean. I think reading will grow on me in time. Actually, do you mind if I sit with you and read? She looks at me, clearly surprised. I don't think she was expecting me to sit next to her, but nonetheless, she seemed happy. Her smile is infectious, lifting my own spirits, too. That would be great, Ryan. Read for a while, which turns into talking fairly quickly. Our conversation being a continuation of our chat from the walk to school. It's nice just to sit and talk with my childhood friend, who'd have guessed reconnecting would be so easy. 37. It's nice to just... I already said that. I haven't felt this content for as long as I can remember. The good mood reflects on her as well, given that she seems very uplifted and bubbly. I don't know what it is about her that makes me so at ease. Wow, we've been talking for a bit, haven't we? Man, I didn't even realize the time. I guess we've been talking for a while. I can see why you come to Literature Club so much. There really is a welcome at ease vibe here. Must be a nice change of pace after how hectic the school day can be. I was hoping you'd say that, Ryan. It really is. I'm really grateful for the others as well. They really help make the club the way it is. I can help but notice that Mitsuki and Yuri seem to be very different, though. Do they argue much? She looks a little downcast at my question. Sometimes, yes, but thankfully it isn't often. I guess this isn't a topic she likes discussing. That's only normal. I guess Monica seems like a great president, though. She must be very proud of this club. Just then, Monica gets up from the desk she was sitting at and faces the classroom confidently. Speak of the devil. Okay, everyone. That's our catchphrase. Right there. And not only that, we get the song called Okay, Everyone playing. I have the entire soundtrack on my phone, and I fucking love the soundtrack. I love this default soundtrack. I hope we're having a good time so far. There's a good moment of silence during which everyone seems to be glancing at me. Do they want me to respond? Mom's having a great time. Thanks for the warm welcome, everyone. Well, it's great to hear that. And as it turns out, Mizuki baked some cupcakes for the club, too. Cupcakes. Cupcakes. I will say one thing that's a little weird, and I don't know if it's my TV. The colors seem to be popping a lot more, or the hair texture. Like, I'm seeing more lines in the hair and more detail in stuff. I think it's just the fact that I'm playing this on a larger screen. Because if you guys didn't know, I got an HDMI, so I'm now actually able to look at OBS to my right on my laptop and then actually look at my TV and play the game. So for PC games, this is amazing, and I love it. And I gotta thank my mom for finding an HDMI cable for me. Yeah, I know. I was just about to announce it, so let me get them. I did not mean to press that button. Let's go sit over there, Ryan. It looks like there's some room at those desks for all of us. I dutifully follow Yuri over to where the rest of the girls have pulled a couple desks together to form a table. How about I make some tea as well? Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki gets a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Feeling a bit awkward, I opt to take a seat next to Sayori. If the conversation starts to die out, I can always rely on her to save me. Meanwhile, Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! I have no idea how to make that sound. Oh my god! I didn't expect them to have a picture. That's adorable! Oh my god! Natsuki lifts forward of the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Ow, my ear. Fuck, that hurt. That was actually better. The whiskers are drawn with icing. The little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea we were so good at baking, Natsuki. You know, let's hurry up and take one. The little fang of her mouth. I never noticed that. I never noticed that until just now. I guess it's bigger screen. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks in her mouthful and already has managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around on my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction, just like the first game. She's waiting for me to take a bite. I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. If she made it all by herself, that's seriously impressive. It practically tastes professionally done to me. Then again, it's not like I have the most discerning taste palate. These cupcakes are amazing. Thank you, Natsuki. Yeah, but you better thank me, because this took hard work to do. Yeah, it really seems like it. Did you make it by yourself, or did your parents help you? Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Are you saying I couldn't have done it myself? No, it just seems professionally made, so I was wondering if an actual baker helped you. I wish my dad was a baker. Just because I don't bake for money doesn't mean I can't be good. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I just suck at cooking myself, so I'm wowed by good cooking. I guess I should count myself lucky that I got to try your cupcakes today, eh? Uh-huh. It's not every day that I have the time to bake. So be thankful. The expression on Natsuki's face practically says, bow down before me, peasant. Oh. Yeah, fucking mess. All hail Natsuki. All hail Queen Natsuki. Where's my mouse? There it is. I lost my mouse for a second there. Are you expecting Ryan to prostrate himself before you? Looks like Monica had the same thought. You can't blame Natsuki for bragging a little, though. I would too if I made these. Yeah, exactly. Natsuki smiles gratefully at Sayori's save. Meanwhile, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Wait for it. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? This is the... Every time I think Doki Doki memes, this meme and Buffsuki come up. Every time. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. Don't worry about it. I believe you. Tea and reading might not be a common pastime for me, but I can at least appreciate it. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. I'm happy that you look like you're enjoying yourself, Ryan. As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Oh, that reminds me. I've actually been meaning to ask you something, Monica. How come you decided to start your own club? You probably could be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. Yes, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It's like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'm much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. Maybe it encourages us to get into literature than fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised that there aren't more people in the club yet. But I guess it must be hard to start a new club since everyone's probably settled into their own activities already. Oh, my hands are fucking cramping up. I might only do one episode today, like I did the original series. You can put it that way. It can be hard to get people invested in things that are brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the Cultural Festival that much more important. Speaking of school events, I don't think I saw your club at the club fair at the beginning of the year. That's because I hadn't started it yet. Oh, I guess the way I explained you don't have that many members yet. Yeah, I missed the opportunity to draw in first years who hadn't found clubs yet. It's a little hard to advertise on a person-by-person basis. Like you said, a lot of people have already have other extracurriculars by now. But even so, I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Well, I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. By the way, I know that everyone here likes reading, but do you guys write as well? Actually, we haven't done any writing together, funnily enough. Do you guys just read and discuss books then? Oh, the remix of this. You could say that. Sounds more like an oral book club than a literature club. Huh, to be honest, I was kind of expecting you to do all stuff like write poetry together. At the word poetry, Natsuki jolts back a bit. Eh? Do you not like poetry, Natsuki? What? I don't really have an opinion on it, I guess. Oh, really? With a sly smile, Monica gets up and rummages through her book bag and returns with a loose notebook page in her hands. I happen to have a poem here called... Hey, where'd you get that? Natsuki springs up and snatches the paper out of Monica's grasp. Don't worry, I didn't steal it from your bag or anything. You dropped it on the way out the other day. I was going to return it, but I couldn't help teasing you a bit before I did that. And there's the unused sprite again. I fucking love it. Well, I'd appreciate if you kept your nosy nose out of my private work. Aha, duly noted. And sorry, I couldn't help glancing over your poem when I picked it up. Your writing style is really cute, Natsuki. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. We're gonna get angry, Suki. Angry. Zura sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Hey, this is nothing to be ashamed of. So you do write your own poems, Natsuki. I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I just think that's pretty neat. I don't know what they are. I just think they're kind of neat. Why don't you share them with the club sometime? None of everyone's just going to call them cute. Like Siri said, there's nothing wrong with being cute, you know? You wouldn't get it. Nothing worse than trying to get honest feedback from someone, just having them say, it's cute. Scorin drips from the word cute. I guess I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, no one does. It's super annoying, you know. Actually, I believe I understand how... I know how... I hate not being able to speak. It's very fun. There we go. Can't you put that up here? Oh, wow, I can. Neat. Something on OBS didn't look right, so I was fixing it. 48, oh my god. Actually, I believe I understand how Natsuki feels. Oh, whoops, I'm not clicked on the game. Natsuki looks surprised at Yuri's sudden interjection. Sharing the level of writing is more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing you the deepest reaches of your heart. When that's all dismissed with a single remark, well, suffice to say, I can greatly discourage you from putting your work out there again. Sounds like both of you and Natsuki have writing experiences in common, Yuri. Maybe. Though I didn't mean to speak for Natsuki. Jeez, it's fine. I pretty much agree with what you said, so... Brief moment of silence falls upon us to be able to reflect on the conversation. This just gave me an idea, everyone! Wailed quizzically Monica, who smiles knowingly back at us. If we have members who are looking for legitimate criticism of their poetry, how would we do that here? I'm sure we can all trust each other to be respectful, and I think it'd be a fun activity for us. I don't know if I feel comfortable sharing my old poetry. I didn't write it to be read by the public, so... Yeah, same here. That's fine. We can all just go home and write new poems to bring tomorrow. I was going to suggest it anyway, since I don't think the rest of us have poetry ready to share yet. Yeah, that sounds awesome. I think learning about poetry would be really fun. Now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Ryan? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. The Literature Club has been very welcoming so far, at least after the initial introductions were made. My hair is so fucking long and it's in my face! Fuck! And although I'll have to start writing poems, it seems like a fair price to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. I had my doubts at first, but given how friendly and welcoming these girls are, I don't see any reason why I shouldn't join the club. Yep, I'll be looking forward to becoming the better friends with you all. And that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thank you, Monica. Yes, I'm so happy you're joining us. Terry wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! Thanks for playing along. She whispers this last remark in manner, so she was aware that I never agreed to join in the beginning. That sneaky girl. Lucia is most enthusiastic. All the girls' eyes are lit up in happiness. I would have been super pissed if you just left after eating my cupcakes. I'm very glad you're staying as well. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Don't forget tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring the next meeting so we can hold discussion. Monica looks over me once more. Ryan, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really trust Monica with a mediocre reading and writing skills? Something tells me no. Jeez, I can already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Oh well, it's not like Monica's going to be harsh as an actual literature teacher though, right? Meanwhile, the others continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Suki clean up their food. Hey Yuri, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? Given that she introduced me to all these people, it's the least I could do for her. Sure, let's head home. With that, the two of us wave goodbye to the others and make our way home. On the way back, we discuss the events of the day, focusing particularly on each club member. As you do so, my mind wanders between them all. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monica. I'm excited to hang out with everyone from now on. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of them. If I right click, yeah! I'm so glad I found out how to right click. If I find a picture, I'm screenshotting it for sure. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstance, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. That transition! Oh my god, that's a cute transition. I love that. We've got to see the Monica chibi. You don't see that otherwise in the main game. Pick words you might think your favorite club member will like. Yep, this is just like the usual. I'm gonna save the game here. And save twice, just in case. Just in case, for those reasons. But with that, I'm going to end this episode off here. This one's a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. I was originally going to try and aim for 45 minutes, but 53 is fine. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe. Click the bell so you don't miss out on any single videos. Follow me on social media in the description below. Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch, because I might be doing some stuff over on Twitch every so often. But if you're here for streams, stay right over here on YouTube. But if you enjoyed and you want to see more, please subscribe, click the bell so you don't miss out on any videos. All that stuff I've already said once. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream of whatever I decide to make. Have a good day, everybody.
The wolf remains one of his most feared animals.